Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my Loverlies. If you've never been here before, I'm so happy you found me. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Y'all, we got a new at the drugstore video going down today. I'm so excited about it. So I did my monthly supply run a couple days ago. I should have posted the haul video up right before this one. But in today's video, we're going to be testing out all the new goodies that we got. So just a little recap. I picked up a couple of hard candy palettes. So I picked up both of these. These are the Marquee, the hard candy Marquee palettes. So this one is the Greek Tragedy. It is a warmer toned palette, and then you have the Naked and Famous, which is the cooler toned version. I really like that they came out with a warm and cool tone version of the palette, so that way, you know, there's a little bit of something for everyone. I also picked up a couple of the little 4-pan palettes. Now there were a couple of these. Two of them were pretty neutral, and I picked up the Marquee palette, so I didn't pick up the neutral 4-pans, but I did pick up a yellow version and a purple version. So the purple version is Punk, and then I don't know if y'all can see, but they actually have the name of the palette embossed in the pans, which I think is such an incredibly fun and unique kind of little detail. I love that. I live for the small details, guys. So I have the purple Punk version, and then I also have the yellow Buzz version. Again, it's embossed. I've already swatched these, and the shimmer shades are pretty soft, so the embossing is not going to stick around forever, but I love that they called this one Buzz, kind of like a bee, buzz, like a bumblebee. I think it's so adorable. So I love these so much. I'm gonna try to dip into a little bit of everything today. I probably won't use the smaller pans too awful much today, just because a lot of the tones in this pan at least are kind of mimicked in the larger pans. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to come up with something that's at least cohesive. I also picked up a few of the new L'Oreal Infallible Bronzers. I'm super excited about these. I have a couple of different shades. I picked up medium and light medium. Light medium and light, I'm sorry. So I picked up two different shades. Hopefully they will work for me. I did swatch these already. They feel fantastic. They feel really nice. I really enjoyed the colors of them as well. They're nice and warm without being like orange or red, so I'm here for it. I also picked up a new primer. This is the W7 Princess Potion Primer. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Farsali Unicorn Tears or Unicorn Drops, so I'm going to test this out as well. And then I also picked up a new foundation. This is the Maybelline Green Edition Tinted Oil. I'm excited about this because I really enjoy the L'Oreal True Match Nude or the True Match Serum Foundation. I think that's really fantastic. So if this is anything like that, I am here for it. Plus, is a little bit cheaper. So, you know, pinching pennies where we can. I also have a couple of the new-ish. They're new to me anyway, for the most part. These are the CoverGirl True Blend So Flushed High Pigment Blushes. I picked up this in two different shades. I have Hot Frenzy and then Love Me. So beautiful. I have used these before. They're fantastic. Super pigmented. I'm not sure. I pulled out both shades because I'm not sure, you know, where we're going with today's look. And then I also picked up one of the Kylie lip kits. This is in the shade Mary Jo K. I'm gonna see if this is gonna work out with our look today. I've been wearing a lot of nude lips recently, so I wanna try to go for a red. I'm gonna go for a warm kind of bronzy, glowy and hoey kind of look today. I feel like I'm looking kind of tan, so let's reflect that in our look today. We're just gonna go ahead and get started, but before we get started, I received a package in the mail today, and I know it's from one of you guys, and when you guys spend your hard-earned money and when you guys think of me to send me things, I want you to know how much it means to me. You guys, I'm not gonna cry and I'm not gonna get emotional. It just really means a lot. And I am so thankful and I am so grateful, and you guys definitely do not have to do that, but I just love it so much. I just love it so much, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so very thankful. I don't know, this didn't come with a note, and from what I can gather, someone purchased this and then sent it to me through the seller, so I don't know who sent it, and that makes me sad because I can't thank you. So in the comments below, if you see this video, please let me know who sent it. Please let me know if it was you. Just so I can thank you personally, because it means the absolute world to me. And obviously the person that sent this to me watches my videos, because they sent me this. I'm so incredibly excited. You have no idea. Oh, okay. So this is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop palette, but this is the orange one. Okay, I want to show you guys the other two that I have, because I wanted this collection so badly, and I've only ever been able to pick up 2 of the palettes. One I purchased myself while it was on sale, and then the other one was sent to me by one of my friends. So the one that I purchased was the cotton candy one, and I love this one. It's very beautiful, purpley, pinky kind of color story. And then the one that was sent to me by my friend Chandra, she sent me the bubblegum one, and it's the blue one. But I have been experiencing such serious FOMO because I know they're out there, and I know that it's possible to get them. I just don't have it right now to purchase them. And I can't get to a TJ Maxx. Even if I did have the money, I can't get to a TJ Maxx because the closest one is like 3 hours away. So I got my mail this morning, and this beautiful palette was waiting for me. And when I tell you this made my freaking day, this is the orange sorbet palette. You guys know, I know I say it all the time, but orange is one of my absolute most beautiful, favorite, fantastical colors. It is like, look at that. Look how absolutely beautiful that is. I am so freaking excited. I cannot tell you how badly I just want to like dip every single brush I own into this palette and just like paint it all over my body right now. Unfortunately, I have other things that I have to use today. But when I tell you that I'm going to do so much with this palette, I am so excited. Whoever sent this to me, thank you so much. I love you so very much. You are a fantastic, beautiful human being, and this made my week. This made my week. This made my day. This was just a beautiful, wonderful surprise to find this morning. So thank you so much. I love you, and I'm so glad to have you here. Moving on. Thank you one more time. So moving on, we're gonna go ahead, and I've already got my eyebrows done. I always hate my eyebrows until I get my makeup done. I always feel like they're way too dark and I just feel like they're way too blocky. But then by the time I get my whole face done, they blend in and they work somehow. So we're going to ignore the eyebrows for right now. I'm going to prime my eyelids because I haven't done that yet. I'm going to use my NYX Ultimate Shadow and Liner Primer. Guys, this is like hanging on for dear life. I keep thinking that each time I use it, this is going to be the time that it's like gone, and I'm going to end up using the very last bit of it. But every day I come back to it, and there's still more in there. And I am not one to waste any kind of product. So y'all know, as long as there's stuff in there to be used, I'm going to be using it. So that's what we're using today. I still haven't opened up a new tube of anything, but that just makes me love this product even more, because the tube is literally never ending. It's like a bottomless pit of eyeshadow primer. And quite honestly, I am here for it. So I'm just tapping that in all over my lid. I like to bring it on my lower lid as well, underneath my eye, just to kind of prime that area as well. Just kind of tapping. I like this eyeshadow primer a lot. It has never done me wrong. It keeps my eyeshadow from creasing. It gives me a nice tacky base to start off with. There we go. We're primed. We're ready to go. I don't know. I think I'm going to go for like a warmer kind of look today. Like I said, I'm going to go for that like glowy, bronzy kind of look today. I'm feeling very kind of sultry. So we're going to use the Greek Tragedy version. I can't wait to use this one either. I don't have a ton of cool toned palettes, so I think this one is a really, really neat addition to my palette collection. But like just the glitters in here, I love that you get a row of glitters. I think that's so much fun. Okay, I cannot wait to use all of these palettes, but I think I'm gonna start off with the Greek Tragedy one, just because warm tones are pretty much my jam. It's usually what I go for, so that's what we're doing today. The only thing I'm not super stoked about with this palette is there are not a ton of matte shades. Like I don't see a ton of like transition shades or anything. I'm wondering if I should tie in a little bit of this coral color, because I did swatch that yesterday and it was really, really beautiful. Let's go in with a big fluffy brush first, and I don't want to do something that I've like already done, but I mean, it's a super basic palette. So let's go into the yellow first. I'm going to go into the yellow on my BH. This is my diffuse brush. It's just a big, fat, fluffy blender. Let's go into this yellow first. I'm going to try to use as many shades as I possibly can. And I'm just going to start by packing this up onto my transition area. Not really blending it out yet. I'm just getting a base down. I'm going to keep my shape nice and rounded for right now until I can figure out what I want to do with it later. I'm thinking about doing maybe a little bit of a cut crease situation. It's always so odd because 9 times out of 10, when I come on here, I've already got one eye done. So I already have a direction and I already pretty much know what I'm going to do. So when I come on and I do these first impression videos and these testing videos, you guys get a little sneak peek into my process. And really, I don't have a finished look in mind ever when I start with these palettes or when I start an eye look. I really just kind of dip and play and use the colors that call to me. And then I pretty much just go where my brush takes me. I'm pretty impressed with this yellow. It's got nice pigmentation. It's a really beautiful, like, grungy mustard color. It's not patchy at all. It's going on pretty evenly. I have a couple of hard candy palettes, and I enjoy their formula. They're one of the better ones at the drugstore, and they're super reasonably priced. Hard Candy is one of those brands. I would say that they're in between Wet n Wild and L'Oreal. They're not super affordable, but they're not super cheap or not super expensive either. They're kind of like mid-range drugstore. They're not as expensive as Milani, because I think Milani is one of the more expensive brands at the drugstore. But you know what? All of them are getting pretty expensive. Drugstore prices have been rising steadily the last couple of years, just like the prices of everything have been rising very steadily. Okay, so that yellow color is everything. Super beautiful. Let's go in with something a little bit. Let's go into a smaller brush now. Let's go into a smaller, like mid-sized fluffy blender. I crease brush, and let's use this one. So this is another matte. This is the shade Ceramic. So let's use this one right here, and let's start building this one. Ooh, pigmented and super warm and rich. This is a really beautiful, like, camel color. That's super pretty. Let's fluff that out. Oh, you hear my husband griping at my son because he did something stupid, I'm sure, or didn't do something he was supposed to. Can anybody empathize? Sean's doing testing. That's really pretty. That's going on and blending out really, really beautifully and super easily. I like that. Sean has been doing testing at school. He did his reading EOG today. And when he got done testing, when the kids got done testing, they said that they could call their parents and go home early, and they wouldn't count it as an early dismissal. So he's home super early today, which is nice. And then on top of that, he doesn't have school tomorrow because I guess they're testing. That's really pretty. I like those two colors together a lot. I guess they're testing in groups. So he didn't go to school on Monday because he didn't do a test. He didn't have a test going on. So he went to school today. He tested today. He's got tomorrow is a remote day. And then he goes to school Thursday and Friday. But I think that's fun because it gives them a little bit of a break and a little bit of a chance to recharge in between tests. So he's not like super stressed out, because my poor baby, he stresses so hard about his tests. He puts so much pressure on himself to like pass and get it right. But I have faith in him. I know he's gonna pass. I know he's gonna do a great job. He always does. I think we're always all our own worst critics. And I think we have a hard time realizing, you know, self-doubt is a killer. It really, really is. Speaking of, oh my goodness gracious, y'all. So I went to the doctor yesterday. I had all kinds of errands and stuff to run afterwards, but it's been so hot and so humid and muggy here. Just like, it's the air is pulling the moisture from your skin. So like I'm dying, right? I don't know if y'all can see on my face, but I'm pretty pink and shiny. It's because I'm hot, y'all. So I went out yesterday and it was so hot. I'm going back into that first big fluffy blender and using this to kind of blend those two colors a little bit more and make sure everything is nice and seamless. Y'all know I like blendy looks. But anyway, so yesterday was super hot, super muggy. Like there's the threat of rain constantly. So it just like, you know, the air feels heavy. Y'all, when I tell you I left the house without a brassiere on yesterday, it is legitimately the first time in my adult life that I have ever done that. I wore this big, like sunflower baby doll top. And it was black and dark and it had print on it. So it really kind of like disguised my chest in a way that you really couldn't tell that I didn't have a bra on. But when I tell y'all that was the most freeing feeling ever, I have never been so comfortable going out and running errands in my life. 9 times out of 10, I've got a brassiere on. Like I don't walk around ever without a bra on. And there are, you know, there's certain dresses and certain shirts, because it had like a goddess neckline. So it was like, you know how the goddess necklines go. They're kind of like this. So I couldn't have worn a bra with it anyway, unless I wore like a strapless bra. And y'all, those are the most uncomfortable freaking things ever. It wasn't going to happen yesterday. So I just went without. And I was so freaking comfortable yesterday. It was kind of insane. I told my husband, I said, would you be mad if I started doing this more often? And he was like, no, as long as you wear a dark shirt. He doesn't want anybody else seeing my boobies. And I completely understand. But I was messing with him just a little bit. And I was like, I think I'm going to pull a Rihanna. I was like, I've got this, you know, mesh shirt that I might wear. I would never in a million years, never in a million and 10 years ever leave the house in a see-through shirt. I don't hate on anyone that does. Girl, if you've got the confidence to do it, do it. I don't have the confidence or the body to pull that off. But you should have seen his face. He looked at me like I was absolutely insane. I was like, don't worry, I would never. So those are super, super blended. They look so nice. It is like very seamless. I love the color. It's just this really beautiful, warm, mustardy. Oh, okay, stunning. So let's go in and let's deepen up our outer corner just a little bit more. Let's go into the shade Muse. So this is another matte in the palette. I'm gonna go in with a e.l.f. eye crease brush. It's just a smaller fluffy blender. And we're gonna focus this right. Oh my goodness, the pigmentation on these eyeshadows is fantastic. I will say it's got a pretty thin formula, but what I'm trying to do is see if they're buildable, because I like to start with the lightest shade and then build from there. And sometimes if a formula is too thin, it makes it super difficult to actually build up, and then it's almost impossible to get a shade on the lid that's true to the shade in the pan. But from what I'm seeing so far, these are building really, really nicely. I'm not having any problems getting like depth going on. I'm just kind of packing that on through my crease. I'm going about 3/4 of the way through my crease and just kind of blending that down. And then I'm going to go back into that mid-size fluffy blender and marry the colors together one more time. This is just a super basic kind of eye look. There's nothing special going on with today's eye look. But I tell you what, there is something to be said about an easy to use, effortless palette. I love my big, giant, super colorful rainbow palettes. I love them so, so much. But there's also those days when I'm in a little bit of a rush and I don't have time to sit there and agonize over what tones I want to use or what shades or things like that. So palettes like this are perfect for days where you just need to be on the go and you just need to get your makeup done and get out the door. And they are blending so effortlessly. They're building beautifully. All the shades are working well with each other. Nothing's getting patchy. I've got really, really amazing depth going on. Yeah, I am super, super impressed with these palettes so far. They're just going on super effortlessly. These are like some of the best quality. I would even dare to say that like I might even like this palette more than I like my Nudes of New York. I know it's a big shocker, but I even think that this one, I mean, it's a lot warmer than my Nudes of New York as well. But I think that the pigmentation and the actual formula is even better than the Maybelline palette. I think the formula is just a little bit thicker as well, so you get more of a richness on the eye. This is quite fantastic. I am really, really happy with this. And then I cannot wait to put some of these glitters on my eye. I just cannot wait. So that is beautifully blended. Everything is... I'm just going back in to that big first fluffy blender that we used and just using circular buffing motions to really work everything in together. I haven't added any product to my brush. I'm just using this to really marry everything together. Make sure everything's well blended. I don't have any harsh lines anywhere. That is absolutely stunning. I am so incredibly happy with this right now. Y'all have no freaking idea. Okay, so what are we gonna do for our lid color? I'm not sure. I know for sure I'm gonna put some glitter on the actual eyelid, but I want to put like I want to test out as many shadows as I can. So I want to put something like a shimmer shade down first. I'm thinking about either Statue or Burn. So either this one right here or this one right here. So this is Statue. So it's more of a golden. And then this is Burn, which is more of like a bronze. They're freaking fantastic. They swatch, they look almost identical when they're swatched. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's go with the more golden one though. Let's go with Statue. And I'm gonna take that. I wanna see how it works with a brush, because 9 times out of 10, I have big giant nails on and it's a little bit difficult to, I got a couple of new e.l.f. smudger brushes and eyeshadow brushes yesterday as well. And I really like those brushes to apply shimmer shades with. This is just the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to take this into that Statue color. Oh, it picks up really, really well on the brush. Let's see how it applies. This is just dry. Oh, a moment of silence for the beauty of this eyeshadow, y'all. That went on so incredibly on a dry brush. I am flabbergasted. I am completely and totally flabbergasted. I get every shade I use impresses me more and more. They're beautifully reflective, super pigmented. They're opaque. They're not sheer at all. Oh, wow. Okay, I am completely, I don't have barely any fallout on my face. I have a little tiny bit from those darker shades that I used, but other than that, there's like no fallout on my face. I'm amazed at the moment. This eyeshadow palette is freaking amazing. Let's go in and try the glitter, because I just can't not try some of the glitter. I want to do a little bit of like a spotlight effect just in the center. So I'm going to use this kind of silvery golden glitter. It's called Athena. So we're gonna go, I'm gonna just use that on the same brush. Let's see how it picks up on the brush. Oh, it picks up well on the brush as well. And let's just tap this right into the center of the lid. And I'm gonna take this up a little bit. Above my crease. Do y'all see what I'm seeing? Are y'all as amazed as I am? Because I'm freaking amazed. And guys, these glitters are going onto my eye without any eyeshadow primer, no glitter. I mean, there's eyeshadow primer on there, but no glitter glue. I'm using a dry brush and they are sticking to my lid. I have absolutely no fallout. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so freaking happy I picked up these palettes. I cannot explain to you my amazement at this moment in time. Can y'all see that? Oh my. Okay. All right. All right. All right, hard candy. All right. I got you. I got you. I see you. You are freaking fantastic. I am. Wow. Okay. So this is what the eye looks like so far. Let's clean it up a little bit. I can already tell you that these just wow. Just wow. Let's clean up a little bit of the fallout that we've got going on. There is not a ton. Y'all, I legitimately have no glitter. There is no glitter fallout on my face. I thought for sure, since I was using a dry brush, I thought for sure I was going to have glitter fall down on my face. And I am so amazed right now that glitter is sticking so well to my eyelid. I honestly don't know what to do with myself. That is, wow. Guys, don't walk, run, go get this. If y'all are on the market for a warm toned or even a, where'd I put the other one? Or even a cooler toned eyeshadow palette, oh my goodness gracious. These 100% knock the Maybelline Nudes of New York out the window. Like, that no longer exists. I only have eyes for these new hard candy palettes. Oh my goodness gracious. Absolutely fantastic. If the cooler toned palette works anywhere near as well as the warmer toned one did, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. They are so stunning. Let's do a little bit of a brow bone highlight now. Let's do something a little bit, let's go crazy. Let's do we want to try the Roman Candle shade? Is that gonna like be too much maybe? I'm gonna take my Shop Miss A E124 brush. It's my teeny tiny pencil brush. Put a little bit of this on the inner corner. It's kind of like an olivey. I like it. I like it. I like the kind of little pop of color it adds to an otherwise super neutral warm toned eye look. You get just a pop of something a little bit different. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I am so freaking happy right now. Let's put a tiny bit under the arch of the brow as well. The shimmers in this palette are absolutely fantastic. Y'all, this is a dry brush. Wow. 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 I am so impressed. I am so incredibly impressed with this palette. I honestly don't know what to do with myself. This is fantastic. I 100% give this my mama seal of approval. This is, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. If y'all come across those at your local Walmart, like, go for it, because I promise you, you will not be wasting your money. I am so thoroughly impressed with how that looks. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. We'll come back and do the lower lash line after we get our foundation done. I want to test out this one now. This is the Maybelline Green Edition Tinted Oil Foundation. I got mine in the shade 030. It's the second, shake it, 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 shake it. It's the second lightest shade there. But from what I heard, the actual pigmentation on these is so light that I feel like it'll probably work for me. I didn't have the best selection at my Walmart. Everything had been pretty like picked over. I'm gonna put my hair back though, because I can already tell this one is like, has got a high possibility of getting real messy real quick. And of course, do I not have a headband? Headband! My hair is absolutely insane. And then on top of that, there's so much moisture in the air right now. Okay. Oh, we look cute. We look super cute today. Okay. We're gonna ignore the hair for a minute, and we're just gonna focus on the foundation. Okay, so again, this is in the shade 030. I have not tried this yet. I did hear that the actual pigmentation is really light. So I'm just gonna use this like I use my L'Oreal True Match Nude foundation. I just kind of dot it on everywhere. It does feel super oily. I wonder how fast it sets. I haven't seen too many reviews on this product. I know it's not like a super new foundation, but it's pretty new, and it literally just came to my Walmart I'm going to take my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is my favorite foundation brush. And I'm going to use this to kind of start buffing it into my skin. Wow, there's a lot more coverage there than I was expecting. I mean, not a ton of coverage, but definitely more than I was expecting. I would say it's got probably about the same coverage level as the L'Oreal True Match one, the Nude Serum Foundation. It's evening out my skin tone pretty nicely. It's blending in super, super easily. I think a brush is the way to go with this product. I feel like if you used a sponge, it would probably just absorb way too much of your product and you wouldn't get barely any coverage. I think actually that shade match is pretty spot on for me. So I'm happy about that. I want to see if it is buildable as well. I usually don't put a ton of product on my forehead just because I don't really need it. Like, my forehead's my forehead. I usually end up bronzing it and stuff anyway. But I do want to build it up around my nose, just where I stay the most red, and maybe a little bit around my cheeks. But as soon as I get this first layer blended out, I'm going to take a good look in my mirror. Just on first impressions, it feels super, super lightweight on the skin. I'm actually really enjoying the way it doesn't feel like there's anything on my face at all. It did even out my redness quite a bit. My skin tone looks nice and even. It's not clinging to any of my dry patches. Let's blend it down the neck. It does have very, very light coverage. I would say light medium coverage. Not like a full medium, but it is definitely, like, there's definitely coverage on my skin. I also want to say, I'm trying to like really evaluate it and really see what I think. I love the finish. The finish looks super, super natural. It's almost got like a powdery finish to it. Like, it's not matte. It's like almost dewy, but there's almost like a mineral quality to it. Like, it almost looks like I have powder foundation on. I know that's so weird because it's an oil, but that's what it looks like. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. So it's not like sinking into the fine lines on my forehead, which is where I have most of my problems. It looks pretty good on my forehead. It's not emphasizing anything. It's not collecting in the ravines that are my forehead lines. It looks pretty good there. It looks good under my eyes. It's not clinging to any of the dry patches on my nose. I usually have dry patches right around my nose ring. It's not clinging to any of them. I also always have dry patches down here on my nostril. It's not clinging to them. It looks good on the corners of my mouth. That is really nice. I am super, super impressed so far. It's leaving a nice luminosity and like dewiness on my skin. That is kind of fantastic. It looks powdery and shiny at the same time. It looks very much like a mineral foundation, if you guys know what I mean by that. But I'm super impressed with this so far, and I don't even feel like I need to build that up anymore. I feel like that looks really nice as is. I am so happy with that. Let's go on and bronze. We'll go ahead and do our concealer and stuff like that and come back to it. But for right now, I really like the way that's sitting on my skin. Does it come off? Does it transfer off? I don't think it's setting down completely. Yeah, definitely like still feels oily. Maybe not oily, but like it's not like super set on the skin, but it doesn't feel like tacky or sticky. Like it's not going to bother me at all. Like I wouldn't have to set this with a powder if I didn't want to. And I don't feel like it would transfer off super easily because it doesn't feel tacky or sticky or wet on my skin. It feels like it's set, but not like completely set. I know I'm probably not explaining that the best that I could, but it just feels really comfortable. It doesn't feel like I have any kind of foundation on my face at all. It's just super lightweight. Ooh, I'm so in love with that. Let's go in and do a little bit of concealer. I am going to use, let's use my Incognito concealer. This is the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. I have mine in the shade Fair. I have been really enjoying this concealer recently. I like it because it doesn't crease on me. It's also pretty much self-setting. So I don't have to go in and set it with a ton of powder, which makes me super happy. I am going to blend this out with my beauty blender though. And I want to see how this foundation, like how the texture of this foundation plays with other products. Because even though it looks amazing on the skin, if it doesn't play well with others, then I'm not going to be able to incorporate it into my daily routine. And this foundation, this concealer blends out almost effortlessly. It always looks so good on my under eyes. It doesn't look heavy or creasy or cakey on my under eyes. It's got beautiful like brightening qualities, but it doesn't look heavy. I love this concealer so much. And then on top of that, it's Wet n Wild, so it's super affordable as well. And when things are cheap, that just makes it that much better. You hear my babies out there playing? Well, Miss Mahmas got her little banana. I went to Walmart and I got her a new toy. She is the chewinest little thing. I swear she will sit there and she will chew on something until there is no life left in it at all whatsoever. And I went and I found her the cutest little, it's a freaking banana, but it's a squeaky banana. And it's got like a little puppy head and a banana body. It's like a banana wiener dog. I don't know, but it's the cutest freaking thing ever. And she loves that thing. She's got the head torn off of it already. Guys, I am so impressed with everything in this video so far. I cannot explain to you how happy I am with the way that all of this is applying. The concealer and foundation combo looks absolutely fantastic. You can see my under eyes, they don't look heavy. The concealer and foundation have played really well with each other. There's no like weird lines where the two meet. They look very blended. Everything looks very cohesive. I am super happy with that. Okay, yeah, that is absolutely stunning. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of a cream contour now. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. I have this in the shade light medium. I really enjoy this contour stick. I have been using the crap out of it. It is so good. I really think it is so nice for a quick easy kind of contour. It blends almost effortlessly. I think the tone of it is really nice. It's cool, but then it's also got this little bit of like a pinky red kind of undertone to it that makes it, in my opinion, look a little bit more natural, because I'm so pinky red anyway. The tone just really, really works for my skin. And then I like to blend this out with my foundation brush. I'm going to go back in with my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. And I'm just going to kind of stipple this. And I've been trying a new technique. This video is going to be an hour long, y'all. I am so sorry. But I like to kind of stipple it onto my cheekbone. And then I also kind of like to bring it and cup the curve of my cheek just a little bit. I feel like this helps make my face look a little bit more sculpted and not quite so round. I'll finish this side and show you guys the comparison between the two, but I do think it makes a big, big difference. So you see where this side just looks a little bit lifted, it looks a little bit fuller, and this side, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like it defines my face a little bit more, gives me more of a little bit of a youthfulness, makes my cheeks look a little bit, can y'all see what I'm talking about, or am I just crazy? I do feel like it makes a difference. I actually learned this trick from Patrick Ta, not Patrick Ta. I get Patrick Ta and Patrick Star mixed up all the time, but I am so in love with Patrick Star. I think he is just the sweetest, most inspiring thing ever. I love his style. I love his, you know, the way that he does makeup. I just think he seems like such a kind, caring, warm person. I really, really enjoy his videos. If you guys don't watch his videos, definitely go check him out. He does a base that is so incredibly flawless. Like, I don't really go to him for inspiration with like the eyes and stuff, just because he's a very, very neutral kind of girl, and that is 100% okay. But I prefer most of the time, I prefer a little bit more color. But the way he does his base is just so inspiring to me. He makes it look so natural and so beautiful. He is a full coverage kind of girl. He calls himself a full coverage queen, and he definitely is. But he's also, he has oily skin, so I have to take everything I learned from him with a grain of salt. But I do pick up certain techniques from him, because he is a plus size queen, and he just kind of really knows how to shape and beat a face to make it look as, you know, as snatched as possible. And I really enjoy this kind of tip. I really feel like it gives my face a little bit more of a something. A little bit more of a something. I don't know if it gives it more of a fullness or more definition, but either way, I like the effect that it has on my face. So I've been doing that recently. You guys should definitely go check him out. He has his own makeup brand. I'm sure all y'all know about. I want to try some of his products so badly. He came out with these contour and blush palettes that I think are so absolutely stunning. Maybe when, just isn't that so pretty? I'm gonna blend this underneath my lip as well, just to deepen the shadow underneath my lower lip and make it look a little bit poutier. I love it. For my nose contour, I'm going to take my Moda. This is a Moda Flat Eye Fluff Brush, but I really enjoy the shape for cream contouring on the nose. And I'm just going to take this and kind of tap this along the line. I don't like a super obvious nose contour, but I do have a pretty wide nose, so I do like to tighten it up and snatch it just a little bit. I'm just going to kind of tap this along the edge of where I put that contour on. just like that. And then I'm going to go over it with the butt of my beauty blender to kind of soften the line on the top, just like that. And you end up with a really subtle, super natural looking nose contour. So beautiful. It is time to set the face, my loves, and then we'll use the last of the new products and I will release you. I will release you to live your life and enjoy the rest of your day. So for setting powder, guys, I have found the one. I have found the one. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop pressed powder. I forgot to mention this in my powders video, and I was so mad at myself when I watched it back and realized I had forgotten this powder, because it is my absolute favorite #1 under eye setting powder. It is the absolute, it is the most fantastic under eye setting powder I have ever found, I have ever used. It is absolutely incredible. I'm just gonna tap underneath my eye and make sure I'm not gonna set any creases. Just gently tapping. And then I'm gonna take my e.l.f., this is my e.l.f. Tapered highlighting brush. They don't make this brush anymore, but another super comparable one is this one. This is also an e.l.f. highlighting brush, but they still sell this this set. This comes in a set, but this is really nice. Doesn't they look very different. This one has got more of an angled triangular handle, where this one is like just, you know, it's just a standard brush, but they're both really beautiful. They both are perfect for setting under eye powder and setting your under eyes. And I'm just gonna tap this. I can actually go pretty liberally with this powder and not worry about it making me look super heavy and crepey. I'm just pressing that into my under eye, and then I also like to bring it down the side of my nose just a little bit. I use mine in the shade Fair, but they do have other colors. But it's a pretty sheer powder. Like, it doesn't really add coverage. It's just a really beautiful setting powder, and one that looks so pretty. It works so well on my super dry under eyes. I didn't know powder could be this pretty until I found this powder, and I love it so much. I actually picked up a couple more of these powders when I went to Walmart the other day, because I am so scared to run out of it. Heaven forbid I run out of this powder. I will lose my freaking mind. I don't know that I would ever be able to wear makeup again, just because once you've had the best, it's really hard. To play with subpar products again. And you know, it's NYX, so it's not it's not like the most affordable powder at the drugstore, but it's not super expensive either, and you don't have to use a ton of it. It sets everything beautifully. I just like to bring it down the center of my face, just like that. Okay, can we talk about how beautiful my base looks right now? Can we talk about how incredibly dewy and fresh and youthful my base looks? I'm shocked. I am shocked at how beautiful it looks. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a cream blush as well. I think we're gonna keep everything nice and creamy and dewy and fresh. So I'm gonna use one of my NYX Powder Puff Lippies. Guys, you know that I absolutely love using these Powder Puff Lippies as a blush. I think it is such a fun way to do like a monochromatic kind of thing. But even then, I just really love the formula as a blush formula. I think I'm gonna use, I don't know if I want to go for something. I think I'm gonna go for something that's pretty neutral. So I think I'm either gonna use Best Buds or Cool Intentions. I don't know if Cool Intentions would work. That might be too cool toned. I think Best Buds is a little warmer. I think Best Buds would look prettier. So I just take this and I just kind of dot it along where I would apply my blush. And because it's a cream to powder formula, it sets down completely, but it just leaves such a beautiful, they are a little bit messy, but they just leave such a beautiful kind of finish on the skin. I do like to blend these out with a brush. I use another e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. angled blush brush. And I just kind of tap this and stipple. I like to bring my blush nice and high onto my temple to help lift everything. But they manage to still look beautifully dewy and fresh and not super matte. They still have a tiny bit of a sheen to them, even when they're completely dried down. And they end up giving your face just the most beautiful, natural looking kind of flush that I am so in love with. I mean, look at that. Look how beautifully natural that looks. And you don't need a ton of it either. They blend out effortlessly. I absolutely adore this formula. If you guys haven't tried this hack, please try it and then let me know in the comments below if you love it as much as I do. If it doesn't work for you, you are more than welcome to come back and scream at me and tell me how crazy I am. But if it does work, then at least you tried it and now you have a new favorite blush, you know? And then not only that, but because it's a lippy, there are so many color options. Like they have everything from like bright orange and purple and red to really beautiful like neutral colors. I just think it opens up a whole world of possibilities, and cream blush is so in right now anyway. I mean, look at that. Look how stunning it is. And then it gives you this really beautiful kind of neutral blush moment without looking unnatural or like overly flushed. I am so in love with it. I am so in love with the way that my base looks right now. I just almost don't know what to do with myself. How many times am I going to say that today? I don't know. If y'all are counting, let me know in the comments below. How many times has my mind been blown? And we're not even done yet. Okay, we're really close though. We're really close. So I'm going to add a little bit of a highlighter. I think I'm going to do a cream highlighter as well. This is my absolute favorite cream highlight. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Glow Amore. These are highlighter drops. I have mine in the shade Daybreak, 507 Daybreak. You want to talk about the most beautiful, natural looking, just... You do have to shake it because the pigments like to separate from the oils in there. So just make sure you shake it up real good. But I just like to put some right here. Mama found her toy again. Okay, just do it like that. And then let's take... What do I want to use to blend it out? Let's use a highlighting brush. This is my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. And again, I'm just going to stipple onto the high points of my face. I like to bring it up around my eyebrow. I'm using super, super gentle pressure because I don't want to move my base underneath, but these do not interfere with any kind of base. They don't move your foundation. It's a super, super forgiving and really easy formula to work with. And look at that. It just gives you the most beautiful kind of subtle sheen. I mean, it's not subtle. You can tell I have highlight on, but it just gives you the most beautiful just sheen. Gentle sheen, and I am so in love with it, especially for days when I'm trying to go for something a little bit more natural-ish and not going for like a straight up like beat. I want something a little bit more natural, a little bit more fresh. This is a really, really, really great option. They have two different colors in this formula. I believe they have a lighter one and then one for deeper skin tones. They're both stunning. I have even used this as like an inner corner highlight. It's beautiful. I've even used it as like a liquid eyeshadow and just kind of done a wash of color all over the lid, and it's beautiful for that as well. And then it dries down completely, so you don't have to worry about anything being sticky or tacky on the face. But it's like super buildable as well. So if you wanted to build it up into a blinding highlight, you 100% could. I put a little bit much on my nose, but that's okay. I will have a shiny nose and I will not be upset about it. And then we'll put just a little bit right down the bridge of the nose as well. Guys, I am so in love with this makeup. I'm so in love. I am so just wowed. The foundation looks flawless. Like, I haven't set it everywhere. The only place I really set was under my eyes, but my under eyes look fantastic. They don't look dry. They don't look heavy. My forehead is kind of blowing me away as well. Nothing has collected into the wrinkles on my forehead. And again, I didn't set it, so it's not moving at all. It has played so well. I put a little bit much on to the tip of my nose. So we're gonna go over that with the Beauty Blender. Kind of dull that down a little bit. I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. The last thing I want to do is I want to try the L'Oreal, the new L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Bronzer. I got the shade light and light medium. I think we'll go in with light first, just to err on the side of caution. And what am I going to use to apply? Let's use this brush. This is just a small angled brush. Makeup everywhere. I don't even know where that came from. Okay, so let's use a small angled brush. I'm going into the shade fair or light. So that's what it looks like. There's just a little bit of kick up in the pan. Let's start adding this. I'm going to start stippling first. Just to see how I feel about the color. I can already tell I like the color. It's not too warm, but it is bringing a little bit of warmth back to the face. It's giving me that really pretty, like, sun-kissed look. It's blending really, really easily on top of the foundation. Not super, super pigmented, but there's enough pigment there that I feel like it would definitely be buildable. Yeah, it is nicely buildable. I'm just kind of pressing it onto the perimeter of my face, around my hairline. I really, really, really like this color though, guys. This color is beautiful. It's not making my skin look dry. It's definitely a matte bronzer though. So it is mattifying the perimeters of my face where I'm using it at. But it's nicely buildable. I'm building up that pigment. It's going on super, super smoothly. Ooh, and it is giving me such a very natural kind of looking bronze, like sun-kissed kind of vibe. That is so pretty. This color looks so incredibly natural on me. This is legitimately what it looks like when I get tan, like the same color. I love that it's not showing up orange or red. It's a very neutral bronzer. I am so in love with this. This is fantastic. It is super, super mattifying though. It is a very, very matte powder bronzer. But it doesn't look heavy on my skin. That looks nice. I am in love with that. That is absolutely stunning. All right, babes. I am ready to deliver a final verdict. I'm not even gonna sit here and make y'all watch me finish this look because I already know exactly what I'm gonna tell you guys. I love everything. I love everything that I used in today's video. I think that I'm sorry. I needed to get something on my lips. Okay, back to what I was saying. It's fantastic. This is absolutely one of the most, if not the most successful first impressions videos I have ever filmed. I am in love with every single thing that I tried. I think my favorite thing out of the whole video is definitely gonna have to be the eyeshadow palette. I think this is by far, without a doubt, one of the best eyeshadow palettes I have ever tried from the drugstore. That is including Milani, that is including e.l.f., that is including, guys, the colors in here, the saturation of the pigments, the blendability, the buildability, everything's there. These are 100% like fantastic. I would go get them. If I didn't have them, I would go buy them again. If these broke, I would go repurchase. I like them that much. I am definitely gonna keep these within arm's reach because I can 100% see myself reaching for these on a daily basis. They are fantastic. Talking about the bronzers, I love this. I used the shade Light. If you guys are anywhere near my skin twin, this is a stunning color. I like that it's a super neutral bronzer as well, so it brings you a little bit of warmth to the face, but it also gives you a little bit of sculpting. It really kind of helps to shape the face. Beautiful. It's a little bit of a matte bronzer, but it doesn't look heavy on the skin. It is fantastic. Highly recommend. What else did we test in this video? Oh, the foundation. Wow. I love this foundation. It looks so beautiful on my super dry skin. I mean, I don't know how it is gonna wear yet, so make sure you check the description box below, and if it wears terribly or if I find anything wrong with it, I will put an edit down there for you guys. I also will list everything that I used in today's video in the description box below, along with the link to my Facebook page, which is where I post all of my finished pictures, as well as my Instagram handle. I post lots of fun stuff over on Instagram as well. So if you guys are not following me on all of my social medias, please do that. I promise you, you will not regret it. I do all kinds of fun stuff. I do different posts for different platforms, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So definitely become a mama and follow me on all my socials. I didn't try anything in this video that I didn't enjoy. I think today was super successful. The drugstore is coming. The drugstore is here, and the drugstore is winning. It is absolutely fantastic. Guys, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know your time is special and it is important, and I am so grateful you choose to spend it with me. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with my makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, get this foundation, get the eyeshadow palettes, and remember, you're important. Bye.